Alrighty then. Welcome back to MTG Foretold. Today we are playing Mardu Dragons. So, one of my favorite color pairings, of course. And I've been wanting to play a dragon deck for a long time. A more traditional dragon deck, not like the dragons that I had with the donation portion a few weeks back. But just full-on dragon nonsense. So off the top, we do have 2 copies of Erode. This is the only new card I added from the Secrets of Strixhaven set to this deck, because honestly, everything else just felt a little too greedy. Like I was thinking about like the Improvisation Capstone or Deck Room Dissertation, but I just thought like I didn't know what else I wanted to get rid of, so I didn't add those. We got 4 copies of Momo, Friendly Fire, because it helps us cast our dragons quicker. 2 copies of Burst Lightning because there was originally 4, and I just added the 2 copies of Road. So we still have a couple copies of Burst Lightning just as a potential kicker in case we need to finish off the opponent or just end a creature or a planeswalker. Now, I have 2 copies of Rest in Peace, mainly to deal with graveyard decks. You can obviously, this is the flex slot. You can change this out depending on what kind of queues you're running into. But, of course, you know, now after I played the games and recorded it, they, of course, had no graveyard decks to deal with. But before I added this, I was dealing with nothing but graveyard decks. So, yeah. You can change this out, and you can add, like, a couple copies of the Acquire and Conquer, or maybe just, like, more Burst Lightning, etc., depending on what you're going through. But you just have this in case we do run into graveyard decks. So I'm just keeping it in the deck. 3 copies of Corroding Dragonstorm, because we are going to be hopefully casting a lot of dragons, so we should be getting this constantly. And honestly, it's one of my favorite Dragonstorm enchantments, just because it's almost like the Unholy Annex trigger for the lose 2 life and gain 2 life. And it also does the Surveil too, which is nice. So, and obviously when a dragon you control enters, you return this enchantment to your hand, so kind of cool. 4 copies of Sarkhan, Dragon Ascendant. Of course, if you're playing a dragon deck, you might as well have Sarkhan. And he's pretty cheap. He's only 2 mana for a colorless and 1 red for a 2/2. But if you behold a dragon, you can create a treasure token when he enters. So pretty cool. Helps with a little bit of ramp. And anytime a dragon enters, you can put a 1/1 counter on him. And he gains a flying and becomes dragon in addition to its other types until end of turn. So pretty cool. Nice card to both ramp us as well as just grows naturally from all the dragons we cast. 2 copies of Fire Conqueror. This is 3 mana, 2 colors and a white for a 3/3 with flying, obviously, because all dragons. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, and planeswalkers can't be activated. So this is really good against like those artifact decks. And obviously planeswalkers, especially Delian Fellows, quite prevalent in a lot of decks now. So a great card against those types of decks. Of course, easy to remove if they have any sort of removal, erode, and shoot the sheriff, etc. But hey, it's here anyway, and we will have to make them answer it. So either way, it's a win-win to me because you're forcing the opponent to do some sort of action. 3 Scavenger Regent. This is essentially our board wipe. So this is a 3 colors and a black for a 4/4. I mean, honestly, it's a pretty solid card. It has ward discard a card, but we're typically going to be holding it for Exude Toxin, which is 2 black and X, and each non-dragon creature gets -X until end of turn. So this also hits indestructible cards. So nice little touch there. Yeah, this is essentially our board wipe. 4 Magmatic Hellkite. This is 4 mana, 2 colors and 2 red for a 4/5, which is pretty sweet. And when this creature enters, destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Its controller searches their library for a basic land card, puts it on the battlefield tapped with a stun counter on it, then shuffles. Now, this card is probably honestly the best card in the deck, if I'm being completely honest. The format has tons of decks that don't even use any basics or very low amount of basics. So eventually this could become a Stone Rain trigger if you are running into those decks. So it's a very strong ability. And also, if you don't run into those types of decks, as long as it's non-basic, you're able to essentially demolition field anything that they have, and they have to put a stun counter on their land, so it's actually a useless land for 2 turns, which is pretty amazing. So, well, more like 1 turn on theirs, but you know, it comes back tapped their following turn. So essentially it's like a mini Stone Rain or an actual Stone Rain, depending. 3 copies of Inevitable Defeat. I always talk about this card. I have it in so many of my decks. I can't waste breath anymore on it. It's an amazing card. 1 copy of Nareeve, Heart of the Storm. Obviously, this is going to be the, the main dragon for this Mardu deck, because it is the Mardu dragon. So it is 4 mana for 1 colorless, red, white, and black. It is a 4/5, and if a creature you control that enters this turn would deal damage, it deals twice that much damage instead. So this is going to be mainly functioning for like Nova Hellkite, which is the only hasty dragon that we have. But yeah, we'll talk more about that until we touch this. So Dragonhawk Fate's Tempest is a 5 mana, 3 colors, 2 red for a 5/5. And whenever Dragonhawk enters or attacks, exile the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 4 or greater. You may play those cards until your next end step. And at the beginning of your next end step, Dragonhawk deals 2 damage to each opponent for each of those cards that are still exiled. So, insane card. You can use it for card draw, or you can just use the cards that you draw with it to kill the opponent. And I have slipped up with this on that part, because you will see in one of the games, but I played a land from this exile, which would have actually just made me win the game earlier, but yeah. Gotta remember, you don't have to always play things from this effect if you just want to do more damage, which is a crazy amount of damage from this card, honestly. And 4 copies of Nova Hellkite. This is our hasty flyer. You can warp it in for 3 mana, which is amazing. And it's a 4/5, and when this creature enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls. Typically not going to be the most useful, but there are some creatures out there with just 1 toughness, so you get rid of an elf, you can get rid of Optimistic Scavenger, and all that stuff. So it's actually pretty useful. But if you have Nareeve out, yeah, that would do a lot more damage. That would do 2 damage and then also 8 damage, so pretty insane. So this is kind of like the bullet of the deck, along with Nareeve. And just, some lands. Obviously, Maelstrom the Spirit Dragon. 4 copies of this. After all, this is mainly a dragon deck. And don't sleep on the last portion, which is the sacrificing the land for 4 mana and tapping it, because that is a way for card draw, and that allows you to get any dragon you want. So it's a very, very powerful tutor spell as well. And 2 Cavern Souls, so we can put it on dragon and or put it on human for Sharkin. And just our typical lands. So this deck is pretty solid. I was able to climb to Diamond 3 with it. I haven't played it too extensively, but hey, it allowed me to climb, so that, in my opinion, that makes it a good deck. So I will talk a little bit more about this deck at the end of the video, and let's get into it. Not excited to go for this, but we at least have plays, and we can surveil with Corroding Dragonstorm, and then Nova Hellkite will warp and get it back, etc., etc. So maybe, okay, well at least we got the lands that we need. I guess I just do it now, I don't even care. If he knows I'm a dragon deck, he knows. I definitely want more dragons. I guess we'll keep this. We can start blowing things up with Magmatic Hellkite too not the next turn, but the turn after that. Probably another control deck. Okay, white and black, multiversal. Oh, okay. This kind of deck? Alright. How do you have multiversal passage? Huh, interesting. You don't want to drop your Optimistic Scavenger? I would love to kill it. depending on how this goes, we may either want to do Hellkite or Scavenger Regent for a board wipe. Not quite sure yet what we're going to want to do, but we'll see what he drops now. Not scared about that. Actually, it'll probably just destroy then his, this destroys black, because I think he's having some issues, but then again, he's just gonna grab a black now. It is what it is. I can destroy a Soulstone Sanctuary next turn. Or I'll probably do a board wipe, actually. We shall see. If he drops a Shelter by Ghost, we'll do a board wipe. Yeah. Fine by me. $10 says he rage quits after this one. Now I gotta destroy that. What do you do? Honestly, if he doesn't do anything, I'm just going to do Magmatic Hellkite into the swamp. Yep, that's fine. I'm just going to be an a-hole and just... Oh wait, I can't get rid of... Oh well. I'll just keep him low on lands, that's fine. Yeah, I got a little land destruction happy. I was like, oh yeah, it's non-basic. Oh well. We can just win next turn if he doesn't kill one of our dragons. That is not going to save you. I hate being that kind of person, but I just kind of want to just be like, good game. I mean, he does realize I have 12 damage, right? Yeah. We cannot play anything. This is pretty bad too, honestly. Yikes. Big ol' yikes. Sadly, I may have to do human. Because I absolutely do not want to get screwed. Okay, well, I can do both then. That's good. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Actually, hold on a second. It's feeling like a trap, isn't it? He does not cast anything. Oh, it's not Simic? Well, we know he has a counter spell. It doesn't matter. This can't be countered, but let's see what he does. Does he have a unsummon or something? Some little trick like that? Okay, he doesn't. And he doesn't tap that bad boy. Okay. Interesting. Let's do it again. If he's gonna keep letting me do that, then sure. What else do you got? What else are you gonna cast? A Roboroid? That's kind of awkward. What do we do? I think we just let him do whatever he wants. Okay. Oh, okay, yep. So, yeah, he's a Sultai. I don't know what this is. He's got like a mixture of things here. Well, if he has a counterspell, so be it, but we have to get rid of this crap. Could I have a buff spell? Quandrix Charm buff spell. That's what it's looking like. Does he have like multiple Quandrix Charms? Forsaken Miner. Okay. Another game with Forsaken Miner. Wait, what? It's also Sanctuary. I'm so confused. Whatever. Well, Sarkhan's now out of the danger zone from the scavenger region. What is he casting? You're gonna cast your Restless Reef? You know it can auto tap for you. I mean, that was a lot of work just to cast your Restless Reef. So we know he's going to have base toughness of... Well, he's doing something. I mean, he can mill me, that's fine. Sure. I'm not going to block. If he does that... Actually, hold on a second. Let's do something here. I'm just going to force him to do the counterspell, because I know that's what he's holding up on. Sure. Go ahead, cast your Quandrix Charm. Yeah. Oh shit! I could have I could have let him die. Oh well. Wait. Oh my god. Whoops. I'm so used to just like, oh, playing things I can play. If I see I can play it. Did I just lose the game because of that? It's really sad if I did. Okay, so... Here, we're gonna warp. Yep. What you gonna do? You got no cards, buddy. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow, this is really awkward. We can't even cast this? Yeah, we can't keep this. There's no way. If we had like a black, like if this was a swamp, that would have been perfect, then I'd still keep this hand. At least we could play Corroding Dragonstorm. But yeah, we can't play that. This will have to do. I'll put Corroding Dragonstorm back. Can't do anything with that. Of course, now I get, you know, of course I would get the land for it now. Looks like a control deck. Fun, fun. Ooh, he flashes in. Fancy. Well, you know he's gonna counter this too. I don't even care. Yep. How many things can he counter? Okay, he's finally drowned out there. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of his... Looking like I'm gonna get rid of his Hollow Fountain. No. And he does not have any other colors. Cool. I mean, any other basic lands. That's good. I don't know if Burst Lightning is the thing, but yeah, we'll keep it just in case. Let's see if he counters my Nova Hellkite. Okay. Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night. I guess he doesn't have any other counter spells, otherwise he probably would have done that, right? Oh, let's see. Let's see what else he's got. He's got another flashback that he wants to do on to that now. Okay. Sure. Think he's getting a little land screwed? That's good. That means he has to take lands for his stock up, which is fine by me. Nareeve, huh? Is that a card we really need right now? I mean, it is a dragon. Let's see what he does. I assume a board wipe is incoming. Or, yeah, he's gonna search for a board wipe. Well, he's gonna need it. Actually, I probably should have kept the land because I could have done a kicker. Yeah. Funny enough, we could still almost... let's see, that'd be 6 now. Well, we can do Nareeve, and we'll get Corroding Dragonstorm back in our hand. Should I just do this? I think I'm just going to force him to counter it. Use up his mana. Okay. Rude. Well, he needs to do a board wipe. I'm sure he has one. Six mana. He has 2 white open, so you can still do a Day of Judgment. Ultima. He's taking his sweet time. Makes me think he doesn't have what he's looking for. I do have 2 big dragons on board. I only need 1 to kill him. What does he do? Doesn't do anything. Interesting. What you got? Okay. Okay. Nah, let's just wait. We have Corroding Dragonstorm, so we can still do some stuff. That is not it. Yeah, that's not it. Alright, well, I guess we're doing it then. I kind of want to get Magmatic Hellkite, but I think I have no choice but to get Nova Hellkite, right? Dragonhawk is nice. But we have to threaten that we have something. I'm not even going to put my land down because I want him to think that we have something else. Alright, searching for a counter. If it's a Nomoralize, what I'm going to do then is I will warp. Okay. There we go. There's finally the thing I was looking for. Do we just warp it in? I think we just warp it in for now. Just Sky Revelation. Yeah, there's a side of me that I was thinking maybe I should have, okay. Why did he hit my Nova Hellkite? I'm confused. Okay, sure. We can assume that he has another one, right? Well, I will probably pay the cost if he doesn't Normalize, because actually the Corroding Dragonstorm is doing some work. Okay, so he's just going to do that. That's fine. Okay. Cool. I don't really care about that, but yeah. Okay. Sure, I'll thin my deck out. Yeah, hot chance of us winning this one. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay. Okay. Well, there you go. That took you long enough. We don't have white. Isn't that fun? I mean, we really don't have much of a choice but to keep it. We can at least get Sarkin down. Mm-hmm. Dark Confident, okay. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Do I cast Momo? Yeah, I guess I cast Momo. Might as well. Bitterbloom Bearer, huh? Wonderful. Cool, get rid of my Nova Hellkite. You bastard. Fine, I'll get rid of your Blazemire, how about that? How do you like them apples, huh? Oh, look at that. No, he's dying to Dark Confidant. Might as well cast this. Okay, you're still dead. Alright then. Well, we have Momo, we have Sarkin. Not the craziest hand, to be quite honest, but we'll take it. Actually, we need to flash this in. And he's just gonna be doing raise the pass and all this crap, so we are gonna need to put some pressure on this guy. But I also kind of want to hold off. But then again, he's just gonna keep putting stuff in his graveyard. Yeah, I think we just go for it. We just have to be really aggressive here. And this is the kind of deck you just don't want to mess around with, honestly. Magnetic Hellkite, that's a good card. We will destroy his land. Forcing him to... Okay. Okay. That's not gonna do anything. Alright, there we go. This is pretty slow. Like, if it's a fast deck, we're just dead. This will have to do. Can't play Momo though, but we'll behold the dragon and get a token at least. And it's this stupid deck. Guys, can you all stop playing this deck, please? Come on, there's so many more decks that you can play that are better. We can't cast that. We need a black or a white. I think we hold off and just do Magmatic Hellkite next turn, honestly. Because we know he has Shard Mage's Rescue, unless he taps out. Which I doubt it's going to happen. Here's Spellbook Vendor. Ethereal Armor, okay. Alright, you're done? Cool. Well, isn't that interesting? I still don't think that's the right play, though. I think we just... Yeah, we can cast Momo into the Hellkite. We might as well just do that. We need to be extra aggressive with this kind of deck. So, yeah. Might as well. My assumption is he has a Shelter by Ghost and a Shard Mage's Rescue. What do we do here? We have 4 damage in the air. Let's just attack with this. I really don't want to have to shock in, but I think I will anyway. I know it's risky, but we don't have much of a choice because, yeah, I know he's got a Shard Mage. I'm just waiting for him to tap out or do something. Fine, let's just make him do the Shard Mage's Rescue already. We know he's got it, yep. You think he has another one? He does not. Okay. Well, let's just be aggressive. He takes it all. Okay. Does he have another Shard Mage's Rescue? Then we'll just pay it all. We will get back our Hellkite, so might as well. Alright. Ball's in his court. Does he have a way to end me? This deck is horrible. No one play that deck, please. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As you saw, this deck performs very well outside of dealing with like those heavy Jeskai, etc. control decks. Obviously, since we are a creature deck, anything that does a lot of board wipes or has ways to remove our creatures constantly is going to be an uphill battle regardless. But for those decks that don't do that, this deck can pretty much outrun most of the decks, I feel like, just because we do have a lot of high-end damage here. But yeah, fun deck, and I'll link the description to Moxfield for it, as usual, and I'll see you in the next video.